ETC allows you to easily create batches of time cards, review and calculate time cards, as well as apply a workflow to any batch. There are two ways to review and calculate time cards. The first is by scrolling to the Unclaimed Timecards grid. You will be able to view time cards that do not belong to a batch. By clicking View, you can individually calculate the time card or simply review its contents. The second way is to create a batch. This will allow you to move as many unclaimed time cards as you need and calculate them all at the same time. To create a batch, navigate to the Batches grid and click Set Up Batches. You will name this batch and click Save. This will navigate you back to the Batches grid. You can see that not only do you have a batch name, but ETC also assigned a batch number. You will be given real-time status updates, and you can see the order of the workflow by clicking the drop-down. To move the time cards into a batch, you will select the time cards from the Unclaimed Timecards grid. You can select all of the time cards or specific time cards. Below the grid, you will find a drop-down of all open and available batches. Once you have made your selection, click Move Time Cards. Clicking the plus sign next to the batch name will show you all of the time cards within the batch. Once you are ready to have ETC calculate the batch for you, click on the name of the batch. Scroll down and select the time cards you would like to calculate, then click Calculate Batch. Click Confirm to have ETC calculate the time cards for you. A dialog box will pop up to let you know that the calculations may take a few minutes, but that you will be notified once the calculations are complete. As the time cards calculate, you may notice that in the Attention column there is a green check mark. Placing your cursor on the check mark will let you know why the time card could not be calculated to a grossed total. For this example, you can see that there is a reimbursement that is missing an account code. Click View. This will take you to the time card to update the missing information. Once the batch has been fully calculated, which you will be able to tell by seeing the gross totals of each time card, you have the option to run a time card report. This will give you a PDF of all of the time cards that have been calculated in the batch. To approve this time card, click the box next to the employee's name and click Approve Time Cards. If at any point you need to update any information within the time card, clicking the Edit button will allow you to update in and out times, occupation work status, and work zone. Please note, any change of hours or pay rate will force you to reject the time card back to the employee to approve. Once you click Reject, you will need to add a comment and confirm. While this will reject the time card to the employee to approve, if they cannot be reached to approve the changes, you are able to force calculate a rejected time card to get your employees paid. Clicking View on the employee's time card will allow you to enter into their time card and click Force Calculate Rejected Time Card. You will receive a warning that lets you know that the time card will be calculated as last rejected by an administrator. Any changes that need to be made to this specific time card will have to be administered by your CAPS coordinator. Once you confirm this action, ETC will give you a PDF time card. After you have reviewed the time card, you can either cancel the rejection and allow the employee more time to approve the time card, or you can accept the changes and approve the rejected time card. You will receive an additional warning that the time card has been rejected and will be calculated thusly. Once all of the time cards in the batch have been approved, you will be able to start the approval workflow. Scroll to the bottom of the time cards grid and click Start Workflow. You will be able to select from workflows provided to you by your client administrator. Click Start, then Confirm. Please note that once you start the workflow, you will no longer be able to make changes to the batch. The next person in the approval workflow will be notified to log in, review, and approve the batch. The history grid shows you with whom the batch currently resides.